Hi everyone, icklenellierose here, and this January I got pneumonia. So for those of you who don't follow me on social media, which is always a slightly towards those of you that don't follow me on social media, because you would know all this stuff if you did. Nah. Please, that's a joke. Obviously you don't have to follow me. I wasn't very well this January. I started January with the best of intentions and a mild hangover, I will be honest. 2018 was a little rough at parts for me, so New Year's was a big one. Anyway, I had plans to do all sorts of stuff, mainly DIY things in my house, all sorts of things. I was going to put some shelves up. Oh, I really do like putting up shelves. I put all these pictures up myself. Look how wonderfully in line they are. Someone's going to notice that they're like slightly out of... I'm going to... Look how aligned they are. That was like, to do. Sort my life out. And then I was sitting with Luke and Andy doing some script writing, and I felt sick and a pain in my side, and I thought, oh no. For those of you who don't know, I have a weird rare genetic kidney disease, what a lovely word, called cystinuria, which means that I have a chemical imbalance in my kidneys that makes me form these special rare type of kidney stones. So please stop telling me to lower the calcium intake in your because it's not calcium based stones, but like I've cut out dairy because it's got protein in it, because my thing's about proteins. Anyway, more vegan food everywhere please, because it helps me eat less dairy. Good. But yeah, I thought, oh no, I'm gonna go in a hospital. But I knew from previous recent scans that I couldn't have had a stone that was so big to have caused that, but I went in anyway to be sure, because I'm like, I don't have a stone big enough to block the kidney and cause this pain, but it could be something else, and I have these kidney problems, and blah blah blah. They took blood tests and all that sort of stuff, and they couldn't find an infection, but like I kept throwing up, feeling sick, and that is a big sign for me that something's wrong. Now, doctors and nurses also know that vomiting a lot is bad, surprisingly. And also, so is a spiking temperature. So the doctors and nurses kept me in hospital for a few days. And on one of the days, actually like a couple of days in, they moved me into a room of isolation. A room of isolation. But no, it just put me in a room on my own because my white blood cell count was low, because I also might have this other thing called cyclical neutropenia, which means that my white blood cell count goes up and down and up and down, and sometimes it goes a bit too low and I'm susceptible to infections. And it's great. It is really great. And sometimes that's tied up with my kidney things, maybe? I don't know. I'm being looked into. Okay. While I was in isolation, they kept doing more tests and I kept being really sick, and then eventually they were like, oh, you've got pneumonia, and I was like, what? And now this was something that they weren't too worried about with me in terms of like it being life-threatening, because it can be, especially in older people, but they were like, you're okay, we're gonna send you home with a whole load of antibiotics, you're gonna be okay, alright? And so they sent me home and I felt okay, but I was still feeling quite sick. Like I managed to keep some food down, but the thing with pneumonia is you cough up like gross stuff. Gross mucus, because if you don't know, actually I'm gonna get the definition up from the NHS website describing what pneumonia is. Come on, phone. I had the fact already, and then you locked your screen. Sorry, this was gonna look all slick and stuff, but ruined it. Pneumonia is swelling brackets inflammation of the tissue in one or both lungs. It's usually caused by a bacterial infection. At the end of the breathing tubes in your lungs are clusters of tiny air sacs. If you have pneumonia, these tiny sacs become inflamed and fill up with fluid. Gross! So yeah, basically when you have pneumonia, you have a lot of this weird gross mucus. The clearer the better. But what this mucus in your lungs means is that it's more difficult to breathe because your lungs are full of things that isn't air. That's a sentence. So yeah, I went home, was feeling a bit rubbish, and then it really, kicked in, and it hurt to breathe. I'd never experienced this before, but like I've done long runs. I did the 800 meter at school and I came like 7th out of 8th because I don't do long distance. I'm a good sprinter. Long distance. My chest hurt afterwards, but this was like, it hurts just to go. Like that breath would be like a deep breath after you've done a 10-kilometer run without any training. Like, it was just like, oh my goodness. And then not even that I could make that noise really, like, because I couldn't breathe in enough air to make a noise like that. It was horrible. It hurt to breathe, it hurt to talk, it hurt to laugh. Like, I couldn't, no one could tell me any jokes. Partly because I wasn't in the mood for them, because I had pneumonia. And two, even if I was in the mood for them, it would have hurt. They would have caused me physical pain. Your jokes did to me, Ellen. Yeah, shut up. I felt really ill. I wanted to actually make a video like this ages ago so that you could see how bad I was. At the moment, all I have is a picture of me looking very puffy-faced in hospital because they put me on a lot of fluids. It just meant that I got really puffy. One fun thing was like it really puffed up my hands, so I had to take off all my jewellery because it was like threatening to have my jewellery be engulfed by my fingers. This is my hands normally, right? Okay. And now this is me with the fluids. So much puffier. But yeah, like it really hurt to do anything. You wanna like move your arms? Reach across for the drink that you want. I've literally got a drink that I could do that with and I did it. There you reach across for a mug and hold a mug full of water. Oh, really? Because that's gonna hurt all down here. It's gonna just be pain. You wanna walk to the bathroom so that you can, wash and use the facilities there to throw up yet again. Oh, really? You sure? Because the heel of your foot hitting the floor, even with the lightest of footsteps, with the fluffiest of slippers, will send a shockwave all the way up your leg, all the way up into your rib cage, where your lungs are. And it'll hurt. So yeah, any small vibration or anything, and I couldn't, like, this would have just been bleh. I'd also like to take a second here for anyone who like lives with problems like this. Shout out and respect to all of you, because I couldn't do it. I was just like, just the whole, I was gone. I was really sad and upset the whole time because I was like, I had things that I wanted to do and I just couldn't do anything. I couldn't even do a video saying that I was ill because I couldn't talk for more than 2 minutes without getting out of breath and being in pain. Illness sucks. It sucks. And I say this as someone who lives with a chronic illness, who every once in a while has to deal with a bloody kidney stone blocking my kidney if they cheat and get around all the medicines I'm on and don't get flushed out with all the water that I drink. It sucks. I hate being ill. I hate it. There is this lovely moment where you like really like start to feel better, and I started to feel a little bit better at the end of January, about 3 weeks after I'd been diagnosed, a bit more than 3 weeks now. I wanted to go in and work, but I couldn't because Luke told a joke while we were at a script writing meeting and I laughed and I ended up in a coughing fit for like 3 minutes because I couldn't breathe. It was so infuriating. I can't even talk, I'm so angry. And the thing is, right now I am running out of breath because I am clear of the infection. I had a scan, I'm all good, the infection's gone, but my lungs are still like knackered. This has been just like, it's just been very frustrating, and right now I'm on like 75% health in terms of like feeling myself. I'm not 100%, but I'm getting there, and like I'm way more awake and alert, and like I can move around. But like if I try and do any like proper exercise, the other day I tried some and I got into a coughing fit. I had a coughing fit and then I had to throw up. So it was just like, okay, I still got a bit of a thing to get through, because when I first got the really bad side effects of having pneumonia, coughing and throwing up and pain. I looked up on the NHS website how long it takes to heal and get better from pneumonia and be completely over it. And on average, to get completely over pneumonia, it takes 6 months. The initial thing of feeling really ill and having lots of temperature spikes is in the first week, and then eventually it's just kind of like living with a cough for a while. Then that clears up, then your chest clears up, and then the rest of the time is just getting your strength back, because pneumonia knocks you flat. Like, I've been ill for various things. I've had kidney stones, I've had kidney infections. I've never felt like this, just completely flat. It's horrible. Don't get pneumonia is my advice. That's my number one rule for 2019 for all of you, is don't get pneumonia. Please don't. Right now my mum has pneumonia as well. I have a viral version, but my mum has a bacterial version. Pneumonia is the worst, man. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to the NHS staff who looked after me and made sure that I didn't cough up everything that I ate by giving me loads of anti-sickness drugs. And I'd just like to thank especially the Outside Xbox, Outside Extra OX team. They really just were like, you're ill, we got this, don't worry. And were very much like, when I was like, I want to come back, I want to do things, it's great. And they were like, calm. You have pneumonia. And they also saw firsthand just how ill I was, firstly with the coughing fit, and when I first got back in the studio, on the way home, we have to go up a hill to go to the train station. I walked at a snail's pace up that hill compared to my usual walking speed, and when I got to the top, it took me like 10 minutes at least to get my breath back to the very bad levels that they were at. And I also sounded like Wheezy from Toy Story 2, the penguin with the broken squeaker. They heard the like full like but it wasn't like that. It's like this weird raspy. I will never be able to fully express how gross that noise was. It's like you can hear the liquid in your lungs. It's the worst. Don't get pneumonia. Hope the rest of you have a great 2019. Also, speaking of the others, Team OX, we're going to be at Birmingham MCM doing D&D. We're going to be at EGX Rezzed in London doing D&D twice and meetups. And then we're also going to be, in between those 2 weekends, PAX East bound. We're going to go and do some D&D and like meet and greet things. If you're in the northeastern part of America and would like to come say hi, come say hi. In the meantime, I shall see you around. If you want to see me more regularly, subscribe to Outside Extra. And thank you so much for watching. And I don't feel as ill anymore, but I'm not 100%. I'll get there soon though. Bye. Just wanted to... I had to re-record this video because the sound went. So I've been talking solidly for an hour and my chest doesn't like it. So yeah, although the infection's gone, I still have to be careful about being back to full health and not talking on my own for ages. So yeah, sorry I just started coughing after I stopped recording, so the thing will be different because I'm not plugged in, but I just wanted you to all hear how I sound. There we go. Can't wait to be full health again.